What's your emergency?
Welcome back to That Weewoo Show, a podcast where we watch and discuss episodes of the ABC show 911. I'm Bex.
I'm the one that keeps autumn.
And I'm Ellen. You okay with that? You want to add your actual name, or you? I think we probably need to explain what you mean by that.
Hang on. Let me get the rest of the spiel out, and then we can explain it.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone who has listened to our episodes so far, who have shared our social media posts, and who have rated us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And especially those of you who found us for our last episode, or maybe the episode 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Timey-wimey has kind of hit and shared the podcast that we did about heated rivalry. Apparently that has been our most popular episode. So welcome to anyone who has stuck around to listen to us talk about 911.
Yay, welcome.
Welcome.
We've had several comments on not only our website at thatweewooshow.com, but on our Spotify episode track listing. And also on AO3, which is slightly mind-boggling, but thank you to everyone who's left comments. To explain this week's slightly bizarre introduction, friend of the podcast, Pigeon, has been continuing to leave epic comments on our website and was talking about animals in relation to llamas and alpacas, I believe, with Desperate Times.
Yeah.
In the season 5 episode Desperate Times, and in discussing whether the spirit of the animal increases as the size of the animal decreases. They suggested that perhaps the one of us who works in the pet store and who keeps Autumn would have a better idea.
So that's how Alice is identifying from now on.
Yeah.
Alice is now identifying as the one who keeps Autumn, which also made us very curious about if Alice is the one who keeps Autumn. Pigeon, if you've caught up, and anybody else who's listening is also free to answer this question, how would you identify the rest of us? Or do you have other identifiers for Alice as well? Ellen suggested that perhaps I am the one with the soapbox. I'd be curious to see if anybody agrees with that.
Well, it's just you're usually the one who's telling us what's wrong with it.
I'm usually the one up on the soapbox ranting. Yeah, look, yeah. It's a fair label. I am not going to deny that it's fair. So yes, if you are listening to this week's episode and you are a regular listener and you've become to be able to know a little bit about the three of us, tell us how you identify us when you're listening. Or if you were going to explain to somebody who we are, how would you identify us? How would you explain us? God, how would you explain us?
That's a great question. Yep.
I mean, good luck, honestly. No, but we've got to say thank you to, okay, I've got my list here. Let me just find it again. Big thank you, of course, to Kira, who always leaves comments, mostly on Blue Sky. We love you. Thank you. I'm glad you had a fun time at the con. We have comments from Tony, from Divyesh, Sylvie. Yay, more people are listening. Hooray. And of course, Pigeon. So thank you to all those people. And yeah, you can, like, if you're listening along and you want to, like, talk back to us, like, tell us what you think about things in a friendly way, hopefully. Hopefully you don't want to yell at us about anything. You can, like, there's lots of different ways that you can send us comments. So either on our website or via Spotify, YouTube, like social media, bunch of different ways. So please do. We love it.
We do. We really do. We share the comments and we comment on the comments, and then we're just like, oh, we should probably actually reply to them. But yeah, we have a great time.
All right, we better get back to 911 then.
yes, let's get back to 911. Alice,
bit of enthusiasm here. Come on.
Of all of the episodes to have to come back to, though, honestly, Alice, if you can remember what happened last week, could you remind the rest of us?
Yeah. So last week on 911, Chim arrived in Boston and caught up with Eli, the paramedic who trained him. Karen confronted Eva, and Harry confronted his fear of Jeffrey.
And there were no ghosts.
There were no ghosts. It's all very confusing. There were no stories about ghosts either.
I did read something about that particular plotline that was dropped from that episode. But I'm going to leave it until we do our season 5 wrap-up, because it's going to contain spoilers for the rest of the season. Okay. So I'll put a pin in that and we'll come back to it.
Interesting.
All right. So this episode is about episode 8 of season 5, which is called Defend in Place, which aired November 15th in 2021. And the official summary says that Lamont Bird guest stars. I'm not sure who that is.
Dr. David Hale.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I feel bad because I probably should know who that is. All right.
I don't. I just know that he plays David.
The official summary says, Bobby and the 118 race to save lives after an explosion rocks the hospital where Dr. David Hale, guest star Lamont Bird, is
okay, so if you just kept reading, surgery. You would have figured it out.
Yes, I would have. But I didn't read that far to start with. Meanwhile, he's performing surgery. Meanwhile, Michael makes a life-changing decision. And the triggers for this episode include a cancer ward, a hospital explosion and a fire, people and children at threat, a patient death, but not children, we promise. And so does Nikki on our trigger page. And surgery, quite graphic brain surgery, which I had to keep looking away from because, no thank you.
It was so fake looking, though.
It was, but I mean, it's just the idea of... Anyway, never mind.
Okay.
We can talk about it later when it comes along.
So it was written by Taylor Wong, directed by James Wong. James is known to... He's directed episodes of 911 before. He's really good at the suspense because he used to write with Glenn Morgan on The X-Files. And he's also, I know him from Final Destination.
Right, yeah, cool.
So, good director. I think Taylor and James write and direct their pairs on this show quite a bit. So they work well together.
Right. Well, they've done a great job with this episode because I thought it was really exciting. Like, the whole thing was great. There were parts of it that possibly took longer than I would have liked, if I'm being really picky. But on the whole, it was really great.
And then again, I think that's what actually happens in the writer's room and how many people actually contribute and say what goes on in an episode and then who puts their name to it. And then how much input does the showrunner have on what goes on. So mayhaps the blame cannot be put solely on these two.
Yeah, well, it might also be that they feel like there was more time than they had sort of story to film, and so they had to pad it out a little bit with extra footage of stuff. Like, I don't know.
Oh, 100%. I would believe that. Yeah.
But on the whole, I was, on the edge of my seat the whole time. So. And also the beginning part of this episode is very funny.
It is.
Well, obviously the very beginning is not funny because they're showing...
not the very beginning.
They're showing the hurricane damage in Haiti, and that's
hurricanes overseas. That's
just
hilarious.
That's very devastating. That part is not the funny part.
God, Ellen.
The sad thing is that I went to look to see which disaster in Haiti that this was possibly based on. Pretty much a natural disaster hits Haiti every week.
Yeah.
They get a lot of hurricanes.
There's constant flooding, earthquakes, hurricanes. The country is just like absolutely battered and besieged with natural disasters. So I can't pinpoint to one of them and go, yes, this was the hurricane of, 2016, because it could very well be the one in 2020. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of hurricanes, if there's a chance that I may not be able to cut out the fact that there's a storm going on at my house at the moment. So if you can hear thunder in the background, I'm sorry. Just saying. Okay,
just in case, yeah.
Okay, so where are we? So Michael and David are watching on the TV, watching the footage, and apparently they're still recovering from a devastating earthquake that happened in August, and now they've had a hurricane. So, and Michael is quite flippant about this. He's like, well, why would anyone want to live in a place where they have in the path of constant hurricanes? And David is not impressed with his flippancy.
Not even a little bit. I love that he's just like, yeah,
majorly.
Because shit's so good here. And Michael's like, oh yeah, shit. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to Haiti. Don't even want to talk to you.
LA in this universe does get a lot of natural disasters and things going on.
Yeah, right.
And unnatural disasters.
No, cyber attacks are totally natural.
Bee NATOs are natural.
Yes, it's a totally natural disaster. Bees are natural. NATOs are natural. I don't understand the issue here.
NATOs?
NATOs.
Look,
I know Australians will shorten anything, but I don't think they're NATOs.
You don't like my NATOs?
Okay, that sounds dirty. Moving on.
I didn't just finish Hated Rivalry again yesterday. I don't know what are you accusing me of?
All right. Well, David has seen the devastation there, and he has decided that he's going to. Oh my God, the thunder!
Well, he apparently had friends that asked him because I constantly have. I mean, he is a brain surgeon, to be fair, so it makes more sense that he does have people asking him to go to Haiti, I guess.
Yes. And apparently this is not the first time. I'm guessing that every time a natural disaster hits Haiti and the country is devastated, he would have his friends say, hey, will you come out and help? But this time he actually has a reason. They need him. The writers need him to leave the country. So this time he's said yes. He's like, going to leave.
Hey, bro, come to Haiti. It's really popping off right now. And he's just like, nah, I'm tired. And finally he's like, you know what? Should just go see my friends. Just go hang in Haiti.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much holidaying happening there at this point in time. But Michael's reaction is really weird. Michael's just like, what do you mean you're going? Like,
yeah, like he's like, I mean, this is a really dumb thing, right? So like normally if you're in a committed relationship, like they're living together at this point, they U-hauled, and like you've decided to maybe sit your partner down and be like, hey, so like I've had friends that have asked me to go to Haiti to help with the relief efforts. It'll probably just be for this long. Let's open a discussion about it. But instead, David's just like, yeah, I'm going to Haiti for a month or two. Bye.
Making a unilateral decision.
Yeah. And Michael's just like, wait, what? So like, I don't blame Michael here for immediately being like, so you're leaving me? Because he's shocked.
Yeah, that's a
like,
fair point.
it's very much like David's not thinking about them. He's thinking about him. And he's like trying to like shrug it off as like, oh, I'm being so selfless, I'm going to Haiti. But it's just like, you didn't even speak to the guy you live with. Like, you should probably at least clue him in.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're absolutely reaching because David has had very, very little impact on this show. So we don't know a lot about him. But maybe he's feeling that perhaps Michael has more of a relationship with, Bobby than he does with David. And David's like, you're not even going to miss me because, you're going to have your games partner and you're the partner of your detective agency. Yes.
You still have the other parts of your family that you spend a lot of time with. So
I do just want to mention that, he's like, David says that he's going for a month or two or maybe longer. Spoiler alert, David's got, like, we never see him again. Like, it's been years now. David who?
Yeah.
But, so Michael's like, oh my God, you're leaving me. And David's like, yeah, it's only for a while. Like, if you want to be mad at someone, blame yourself. It's like, okay, cool. He basically, like, blames Michael for the fact that he introduced him to the 118 and, I guess, Athena, who never hesitate to rush into an emergency. And it's rubbed off. Michael says that he's in love with David, blah, blah, blah. We don't care. We go to the Athena residence, and we've got Athena, Harry, and May playing Jenga outside while Bobby's grilling. And Michael's just, like, there. So this is obviously, like, a time skip after the title card.
Yeah.
And Michael's just, like, holding, like, salad stuff and just staring at them awkwardly. And even Athena is like, Michael, quit loitering. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing standing around over there?
It's like on the outside looking in, looking wistfully at this family that I don't even know. But it's also because maybe he's bracing himself because he's making a big announcement to the family. He tells them that David is going to Haiti and he's leaving next week. Everyone's like, oh, that's amazing. How do you feel about it? And Michael's like, I'm fucking panicking, so I'm going to propose to him. I'm going to put a ring on his finger before he leaves, so he has a reason to come back.
They're all staring at him kind of shocked.
But yeah, May is incredibly happy. I think Bobby is going to be supportive no matter what because he's, Bobby. Harry is being a typical preteen. He's like, oh, great, now I'm going to have 3 dads. Father's Day's
literally. Father's Day's going to be hard this year.
Athena's a little bit more skeptical.
Yeah.
And I think...
Athena, come on. Be happy for him.
She very reluctantly congratulates Michael on...
Do you think she's feeling like... a bit sore from, like, the fact that David was the one that he left. No, hang on, he met David after they'd broken up.
He met David after. I feel like
Athena's like, I'm the only one allowed to get remarried. No, I think Athena's just like, oh, you're rushing into things, but Athena also rushed into her marriage with Bobby, so...
It might be that she's been happy having... Because she's kind of been able to have a cake and eat it too. So, Michael's got off doing his gay stuff, but he's still part of the family. He's still at her house the entire time. He's
off watching the NHL all the time.
And she's probably worried that if he marries David, that he's not going to be part of their family anymore. He's going to start his own family. I don't know. But she kind of deflects attention away from herself and her skepticism by asking Michael the important question, which is, how are you going to propose? And apparently today Michael has come to the decision that he is going to propose. He worked up the courage to tell his family that he was going to propose and never thought beyond that.
Yep.
I love how he when they say, how are you going to propose to him, and the camera stays on him, but you hear everyone else in the background going, oh, he doesn't know. He's got no idea.
Because he is freaking the fuck out.
He's like,
and then we get montage 1 of, I'm going to say 3 for this episode. A lot of montages in this episode.
They needed to fill time somehow, apparently.
They really did. So we see cutting back and forth between Michael and Athena assessing what Michael is going to wear, and Michael and the kids helping him pick the object with which he is going to propose.
I'm like, thank God that they didn't leave it all to him, because every suggestion he has they don't like, and everything they suggest he's like, really? But eventually they do settle on that. They're looking at rings.
Yeah, but can we just mention they're looking at rings because Michael called someone and had a jeweler at his house with a giant display case of like engagement rings, men's engagement rings.
Yeah, within a couple of hours.
Yeah, Michael picks like this giant ring with a massive diamond on it, and Michael and May are cooing over it, and Harry screws up his face and he goes, David hates diamonds.
Yeah, like, Michael, have you met this guy?
And Michael's like, I think I would know my fiancé better than you. How do you know? And he's like, I paid attention when David was talking.
Yeah, Harry's going to make a great boyfriend one day.
But they end up, I do love that when it comes to the sort of the rings, rhetorically, Michael says, can't I just propose with a nice watch, and the jeweler reaches down and pulls out another giant box, puts it on the table, and it's full of like men's watches.
Nice watches. Yeah.
Like, here's some we prepared earlier. Apparently this is a common route that people take, and he was prepared. So yes, we are left with the impression that he is going to propose with a nice watch, which I think is a better option for a surgeon, because if he's doing surgery, he's not going to be able to wear his ring, whereas he might be able to get away with wearing a watch.
I mean, a lot of them wear a ring like on a chain around their neck.
But yeah, I was thinking that, but I feel like a watch is a more appropriate for David.
I don't think they're allowed to wear watches during surgery either, because they've got to scrub right up to the elbow. But anyway, maybe he'll just put the watch on a chain around his neck.
But you can like stick your watch. I'm sticking with that a watch is more appropriate, and I will not be swayed on this point.
It's just like, because like my mum was a nurse, my cousin is a nurse and midwife, and they have like the little pocket watches that hang on the scrubs because you can't wear watches. So I'm like, a watch is a terrible idea. Michael, what are you doing?
Everything is a terrible idea, actually. Maybe they should get matching tattoos.
No, a ring's fine because they can wear it on anyway. Except just not a diamond ring.
Yes. And while this is going on, Michael is also on a call with Athena, who is vetoing every single outfit that he shows her.
Literally every single one, yeah.
Although, funnily enough, whoever was in control of putting up the photos on the phone for these scenes kind of fucked up, because we get to start with 3 different photos, and Athena's like, no, hell no, no. Then we cut back to her continuing to scroll through, and then she stops and goes, oh, this one's nice, and it's the same photo that she went no to in the first scene.
It's the best of all the bad options, okay?
Like, she's already dismissed it, and then she's come back to it and gone, oh yeah, no, that one's great. But anyway, he ends up picking a suit without a tie, because apparently that makes him look like a maitre d'. We don't find out what he picked as far as a ring or a watch is concerned, but we do then cut to him pulling up into the hospital parking lot, because his
Why is he doing it at the hospital?
No, he's picking up David from his shift.
Right.
So I think the idea is David's going to finish this brain surgery, Michael's going to pick him up, take him for a nice dinner, and then he'll propose at dinner.
It's also really funny because, like, we cut back to, like, 1 hour earlier, but David's, like, not anywhere close to done. So, like, how early did Michael arrive? Or, like, anyway, it's just amusing.
He was just going to wait outside the surgery, like, room?
Pretty much. Maybe.
Because, like, we cut back to...
The surgery room. I mean, the operating theatre.
The operating theatre. we get... we get a flashback, and it's 1 hour earlier, and David's literally like, this procedure should take 2 hours. Like, he hasn't even, like, he's technically, like, halfway through almost, because, like, it takes him a while to get into surgery. And then, like, he's got to, like, write all the notes, I assume. I'm assuming they don't just finish surgery and walk straight out. Like, they get changed and, like, do stuff.
Yeah,
it's like, why is Michael...
Yeah.
Michael is at least an hour and a half early. Which is why I was like, is he proposing in the hospital? Like,
he's probably like going to spend the hour pacing around the parking lot preparing his speech.
Yeah, he's got to just psych himself
which
up.
is what he starts doing.
Yeah,
like
it is what he starts doing.
And he starts rehearsing. He starts talking about, blessed and privileged to be able to spend this life with you forever. Unfortunately for him, his recitation gets interrupted because a window in the hospital building just randomly explodes with a massive fireball.
Yeah. Like, it's so big it knocks Michael off his feet and he's on the ground. So it's a huge explosion.
It's a massive explosion that only comes out of one window.
How big do you think their special effects budget is, okay? They wasted it all on hiring llamas. Alpacas?
Alpacas. And then that's how we get our 1 hour earlier. So we flash back to what was going on in the hospital 1 hour earlier, and for twofold. One, so that we can meet all of the characters whose stories we're going to be following during the ensuing disaster, and also to find out what the hell actually happened to cause said massive explosion in the hospital.
Yeah.
So yes, David's going to be doing brain surgery. That's
his job.
Like we meet the characters, but like I don't actually care about them.
I don't care about them at all.
No, they're not important. The important thing is that David has to do brain surgery.
I care about exactly one NPC in this episode, and when we get to them, I'll like point them out. But I care about exactly one NPC, and it's not it's not David, it's not Maya, it's not whoever
it's not
the
even
fuck.
the babies.
I haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay, fine. All right. We meet the guy who is going to have his skull cut open, and bit of reassurance there, but that part goes on for ages, and his wife is like worried, and David tells her everything's going to be fine. It's going to be easy, no problem, all good.
He promises. Oh no!
Which, as we know from all medical shows, it's a terrible idea. You never promise anything.
You never promise anybody anything.
We're going to take good care of them. That's a promise.
So that's storyline number 1, which I'm calling the David story thread.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually care about the other characters. It's all about David.
To be fair, Darren's not awake for most of it, so like who cares?
Exactly. Story thread number 2 is what I've been calling the Callie story thread, who is a nurse in the hospital. And when we first meet her, she's getting into an elevator with a bunch of balloons that have got congratulations written on them. Turns out she works on the cancer ward, and one of her patients is graduating. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go with graduating. Yeah. I like it.
They have successfully, one of her patients has successfully beat cancer and is finished with their treatments, and they're doing a ceremony where he is going to ring a bell and apparently get balloons.
Yeah. I remember when my grandmother had breast cancer and she got to ring the bell, and it was a very happy
there's actually a bell.
day.
That's so cute.
Oh yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, this is a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone like has to stand there and cheer and stuff up when you ring the bell. So this really happens. I mean, I don't think you have to give a speech.
No.
But you just ring the bell and everyone cheers. So yeah.
So the patient who is ringing the bell is an older gentleman named Rupert, and throughout this entire scene, he's got this blue envelope in his hands that he keeps like fiddling with and playing with, and it kind of goes in and out of his pocket the entire scene. So then he rings the bell, which then segues us over to storyline number 3, which is the Parker storyline. Parker is a little boy who is also getting out of the elevator at the same time and asks his dad if he could hear a bell ringing.
Parker is the only character I care about in this whole episode that's like not, a main character, because he wants cake and hates babies. So like 10 out of 10 Parker.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, he his dad says it sounds like a celebration. Parker immediately goes, maybe there's cake.
Parker is also the reason that the hospital explodes.
Yeah, that's a,
in the
the
kind
janitor
of
probably
butterfly effect kind of way.
The janitor probably shouldn't have an open can of chemicals on the ground.
Yeah, there was a few different reasons why.
Like, I blame the janitor entirely for this, just saying.
Yeah, he bumps into the janitor's cart and knocks over whatever that is, a can of stuff. Goes all over the floor.
It's a can of...
I'm pretty sure it's a can of petrol at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
It's some kind of cleaning fluid, lubricant, whatever it is, it's flammable.
Terps? Maybe they're cleaning out paint for some reason? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they have, they apologise and the janitor's like, no problem.
Just look where you're going. I have open open containers where I shouldn't have open containers.
Oh yeah, there's an extended section where David is prepping for the, the surgery. So he's, washing his hands, opening the door with his shoulder instead of his hands, and
yada yada yada. They're really trying hard to make his sections very. I swear they're trying to make him McDreamy, and they're trying to do a whole Grey's Anatomy thing with him.
Pretty much. He even says it's a beautiful day to save lives. It's really weird.
No, but he has his own little speech.
He does have his own little speech. And then he presses play on the music and it's chasing cars. It's really strange.
Shush. I was getting McDreamy vibes.
No,
or,
they absolutely were trying to
vibes.
they were absolutely trying to do a Grey's Anatomy thing here. It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to give him as much screen time as they can because
this is the most screen time he's had the entire series. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so he's prepping for surgery. We go back to Rupert and Callie, the nurse. Rupert seems awfully quiet. Callie's like, oh, I thought you'd be happy to see the last of this place. And Rupert says he's just naturally moody. And Callie's like, oh, we're all going to miss you. So Rupert's got this envelope still. He's fiddling with it. I was really weirded out by this. He's like, oh, Callie, I wanted to... And then Callie, gets distracted by a woman pushing a trolley and is like, oh, what were you saying? And Rupert's like, oh, never mind. I was like, this guy... So Rupert is, twice Callie's age.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Were you expecting a love confession?
I seriously was expecting a love confession. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Who cast this? It's just really weird. He's all nervous. He's holding Callie's balloons. He's, fiddling with his envelope. And then, we'll get to the end, but it's it's not a love confession and he's acting it's literally just a thanks for being cool. It's why are you so nervous?
Much,
yeah.
I don't know, but
it's fucking weird. This whole thing is weird. Yeah, so Callie's like, bye Rupert. Rupert's like, take care. And yeah, it's fucking weird. He's so nervous to give this envelope that's basically a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Then this is where we get David's speech.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet? Oh, no, they're talking about Haiti still, aren't they?
Yeah, so apparently everybody but Michael knew about Haiti, which is fine. So they're about to start the surgery. We then cut back to the Parker storyline and we find out why he's in the hospital. Because his mum has just had a baby, his little baby sister, which he is not impressed with.
Not even a little bit. He's like, ew, a baby. And she's a girl. Gross.
Is it that she's a baby or is it she's a girl and he doesn't know what to do with girls?
Both?
Maybe.
But yeah, his dad tells him that, tells Parker that he's her big brother and all he has to do is love and protect her. And he takes this job very seriously.
Oh,
he is a very obedient child.
He is Dean Winchester in this stage.
Oh, 100. It's literally take your brother out, except this time it's a girl. Take your sister outside as fast as you can. Now, Parker, now.
You had one job, Dean, keep Sammy safe. It's keep Sophia safe.
Keep Sophia safe.
Listeners who have been with us for a while, please be reassured that no matter how rotted our brains get with heated rivalry, the supernatural brainwash is always going to be there.
Oh, I can't even remember if I mentioned in the Hated Rivalry episode that I started watching it because of Supernatural. Because I was like, yeah, if I squint, the Russian can be Cass. It's fine.
No, he's not at all.
It was not fine. I don't know what happened. The world has been taken over.
So after Parker, we cut back to David, and this is where we get the It's a Beautiful Day to Save Lives 911 edition. The actual speech that David gives is, we might feel like gods, but we are not. Let's have faith in science and each other. And then surgeon picks the music, so the nurse hits play on the CD player or whatever it is, the music device in the OR. And Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang starts to play.
I love it so much. I just laughed and laughed. I mean,
what were you saying that it reminds you of?
It's kind of a banger, but I can't hear this song anymore without thinking of the Ketchup song. You know
What?
I have to play it for you. Okay, so I think this was on Spicks and Specks or something one time when I found out about this, and I was like, oh my God, it is too. So in the Ketchup song, I can't sing it for you, but look it up and listen to it.
Drop a link in there.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And the question on Spicks and Specks, I think, was what does this mean? Because it's by like a Spanish group, right? And it's not anything, it's just nonsense words. And it's like the people who don't know how to speak English trying to sing Rapper's
It is the
Delight.
song that I thought, yeah.
And if you listen to it, it's the same thing. It's just, it just makes me laugh every time.
Okay, because the only thing I know, like, that I have associated with Rapper's Delight is Betty White from that Adam Sandler 80s movie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where she gets up and does the rap. Oh, Las Ketchup. Okay, yeah. I know Las Ketchup, but why is that associated with Rapper's Delight?
Because the words in the chorus are the same, are the words in this, but it's not like they don't understand English, so they're just making sounds that sound kind of like the hip, the hop, the hip, like the words of this song.
Isn't that Spanish though?
No.
But
I see what you mean. It's just I say that part.
It doesn't mean anything.
I mean, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know if the people on Spicks and Specks may have lied to me about this, but that's what they said.
Would never.
So...
Okay, Wikipedia is also saying that it's Spanglish. That the Ketchup song is about a young man named Diego who enters a nightclub. The DJ, a friend of Diego, plays Diego's favorite song, Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, and Diego dances and sings along, imitating the chorus with Spanish gibberish. Aseje is therefore a meaningless word, with the chorus aseje ha de being a somewhat incorrect imitation of the original song's chorus instead of hip hop, the hippie to the hippie to the hip hop. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
okay.
That's so funny. You need to apologise formally to Adam Hills for thinking that he misled you.
I mean, I'm just like telling this story going, am I just making this up? Like, is this bullshit? No, actually, it's true.
Oh my god. Okay.
So every time I hear the original song, I'm like, now I just think about the Ketchup song.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, I've learnt something new today.
I hope lots of people have learnt something new.
But yeah, it seems a very
It's a weird song to play while you're doing
It's a weird song
surgery,
to play for
right?
surgery. Yes.
But I mean, okay,
yes.
if that's what he likes and what gets him in the zone, then okay.
I just gotta say quickly too. So I opened up YouTube to play the Ketchup song, and the recommended videos on the side are like 90% just Hudson short films now.
I wonder why.
I'm like, oh, I've seen this one. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, so David's about to start surgery to the hip hop, the hippie to the hippity.
To the Ketchup song. He's doing the dance. It's strange.
We cut back to the Parker storyline where a nurse has come to take the baby for tests. And what the fuck? Because the nurse just scoops the baby out of Mum's arms and starts walking out of the room with it still in her arms. What is the name for the little plastic wheelie thing that they put babies in? And why don't they have one?
I think it's literally just a bassinet. But yeah, like, shouldn't she be... Maybe this hospital's really underfunded. But yeah, like, why would you carry it? What if you trip?
Exactly.
What if someone bumps into you?
You put the baby in the bassinet thingy and you wheel her around the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought that they'd be doing the tests in the room, because, like, what kind of tests do they need to do that require her to be relocated? But yeah, my biggest thing was, why are you literally carrying the baby? Why isn't she in the little bassinet?
So I started the pit the day before yesterday.
Yes! It's so good, isn't it?
who was it? Pigeon that told me to watch it.
Yes. Yes.
So shout out to Pigeon. I started watching it. My cousin is a midwife, and so I was staying in my cousin's house, and I was like, oh, while I'm surrounded by all this medical vibes, my cousin wasn't even there. While I'm surrounded by all the medical vibes, I will
the medical
watch
energy
The Pit.
in this.
The medical energy in this. Yep. I decided to watch The Pit, and yeah, so my cousin, like, I let my cousin know that I started watching The Pit because I know that she's seen it, and she's like, oh my god, the childbirth scene is so she's a midwife, literally she delivers babies, that's her job. I know Americans don't really have, like, it's not as big of a thing, but like here it's not our doctors that deliver the babies, it's the midwives and the yeah, anyway, so she cracked it at the baby birth scene because she's like, none of this is correct. She's like, all of it is so accurate compared to like most medical shows, and then it gets to the baby birth scene and none of it is accurate.
But is it accurate for America?
This is what I said, and she's like, no, because it should still be. So the obstetrician like comes down and is like, oh, you're all good here, and then like leaves again, and it's like, it's not all good. Like, why is it the emergency doctor doing this when it should be the obstetrician? Like, it should not be oh my god, I've forgotten his name already, and I've just started watching it.
Which one?
Robbie.
The main one? It
should not be Robbie doing it. It should be the obstetrician. And instead she just comes down, looks and goes, yeah, cool, and then leaves. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, they should have more, but like more obstetricians, but whatever. 2, why are you not doing your job? Like, this is literally your job, and why are you not doing it? So I got this whole spiel. I'm really sad that she's asleep right now. Like, my cousin's asleep right now, because I would just show her like the scene of them carrying the baby, and she would be like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, what is she doing?
Anyway, so the nurse literally decides to carry said child around the ward. Parker has internalized the I must protect my sister message that his dad literally just gave him, and gets all defensive and like, where is she taking my sister? The nurse is just like, I'm just going to take her for some tests. You can come with me.
Literally just takes the other child with it. Like, what? What?
Yep.
What? No. What?
Yeah, we don't need the other kids running around the hospital.
For the drama, yes, but realistically, no.
Yeah, so the dad is totally okay with the nurse just taking the other kid.
Just taking both the children, it's
and
fine.
Off they go.
Neither of the parents go, but yeah, just send the child with, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that won't be distracting. It's not like this kid asks a lot of questions or, yeah, anyway.
Meanwhile, David is slicing into this guy's head, and
yep,
I'm looking through my fingers because
the notes literally say David surgery. I stopped caring.
Yeah.
We do get quite a lot of surgery shots.
We do. Fucking hell, we do. We're going to go on a quick side quest here, because we're going to hang out with the janitor for a little bit, who is same spot that he was before. He's now mopping up the spill of the whatever fluid it was from the can on the cart that Parker knocked over. When the woman from the elevator that Callie let helped get her trolley into said elevator, apparently trolley is full of some kind of gas canisters, and she needs to put them into the little storage room, the door of which is where Theo is mopping up the spill
badly, and
we can see that the fluid has leaked through underneath the door into said storage room.
Oh,
so
dear.
she goes in, and we've kind of got little like comedy of errors here. She picks up one of the canisters off the trolley, walks into the storage room to put it onto the rack with the others. She slips like she stepped on a banana peel, goes flying backwards, drops the canister, and at such a precise and correct angle that it hits the nozzle twisty thing, which loosens said nozzle twisty thing.
Yep.
And starts releasing the gas, whatever gas it is, into the room.
Yeah, it is like a perfect combination of consequences here.
It's all just fuck ups after fuck ups after fuck ups.
Yeah. And then as well as that, so she slipped, she's dropped the canister now releasing gas. Theo sees her slip, goes racing in to help her. And between her and Theo, I didn't care enough to go back and track who did it, but someone dropped their keys directly on the jam thingy that goes underneath the door that's supposed to seal the door.
I think I assumed it was the janitor because he would have keys, but I also didn't care. David's still doing surgery at this point.
Yeah, he's still doing surgery. The woman finishes.
Notes, I just we should really upload the notes every week just because they're so funny. Oh. It literally is just David surgery, David still surgery, David more surgery. is David doing some surgery, Bex?
Maybe, I don't know. Answer unclear. So the woman finishes unloading all of the canisters from her little trolley, and she goes to close the door, but wouldn't you know it, the door won't close.
Yeah, and instead of checking to see what they're what might be preventing the door from closing, she just keeps trying to slam it over and over.
And what is causing her to be able to unclose
the door.
What is stopping her from being able to close the door is that set of keys. And while we quickly check in to make sure that we know where all of our other characters are, we've got Rupert still standing there with his balloons looking forlornly at this envelope. We've got Parker with the nurse and his baby sister.
Parker is hilarious. The nurse who's still just chilling with the baby and dribbling it like a basketball is oh, do you think you're going to like being a big brother? And Parker's just, no. I love this kid. He's this is already too much responsibility. I didn't ask for this.
Didn't sign up for this. As Ella said, the woman doesn't, check why she can't close the door. She just brute forces it.
Yeah.
Just shoves the door shut, which drags the keys.
That's what you want for a medical professional, is just to brute force things that don't work.
So which brute forces the door, which drags the keys across metal, which causes a spark, which ignites the fluid, which then spreads to the gas canisters, which causes massive explosion in the hospital.
And finally, the episode gets good.
And now we're caught up to where we were
so there's a 911 call. It goes to Josh, which is very exciting. Josh hasn't taken it hasn't been Josh in a while, so I was like, no, it's Josh. The caller actually says where they are. It wasn't just oh my god, there's been an explosion. They say that
that's because it's a medical professional, somebody who's actually deals with emergencies, so understands.
We don't know that it's a medical professional. It could have been anyone, because there are a lot of calls coming through. But they're at the Alvarado yes. Union Hospital. There's been an explosion. Send everything you've got. It's bad. It's really bad.
And then we get stock footage of the 118, which has been used in multiple episodes, of them getting in their trucks and rolling out. As a dispatcher tells us that there is a major explosion at the hospital, they are calling at least 3 houses.
Was it Linda?
To respond.
It sounded a bit like Linda.
I thought it was Linda.
Claudette?
It wasn't Claudette.
No,
Claudette
she's
has
later.
a very specific voice.
No, she's later. I'm thinking.
So I thought that this was Linda, but I'm just going to go with a dispatcher in case I'm proven wrong later on. So 3 houses are responding, including the 118. They're evacuating the hospital. Critical patients are going to need to be transported to other hospitals. They're setting up a mobile command and triage center. Those 3 houses are responding now, and multiple units will follow. And so then we get Bobby rolling up and doing his exposition captain thing, which now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they just have to stay silent in the truck. That's the rule.
This isn't as bad. To be fair, they haven't got there yet. So he's now discussing, now that they're there, it makes more sense. It's not oh yes, we're at a hospital that's exploded. He's like, there's no point going, the explosion was on the 4th floor Charlie side, because by the time they get there, they're going to be like, where the fuck was the explosion? Whereas now that they can look at it, they're like, oh, it's there and there. Okay, good. We got...
It is a little bit more site-specific, but it is still the whole thing of they've rolled up, he jumps out, and he's immediately giving exposition.
Talking. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently anyone who can walk has already been vacated, so I don't know how far the 118 we're coming away from. But the rest need the help, starting with the nursery.
Yes. Josh has got his whiteboard out back in dispatch. They've got a running tally of all of the available hospitals and how many beds they have available, so they can kind of check them off as they're moving patients around. We hear a anonymous dispatcher tell a unit to divert their patients to one specific hospital, and then we hear Claudette go, no, you are not doing that. That hospital is full. You're going to go to this other hospital.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking, because she's apparently, like, at control of the board.
Yeah. We were talking about the notes earlier. I would just like to let everybody know that I started writing this scene. It took me a good... I think it was maybe the next time we get back to dispatch, which is maybe about 10 minutes later, for me to remember what Claudette's name was.
I couldn't remember her name either. But it's been a while since we've seen her.
So we've got Josh is running the show. Claudette is being her usual overbearing self. We also have Linda there, who's just doing her job. So then we're going to go
because
back.
a bunch of heaps of people are calling about it.
Yes, there's lots of calls coming through. Michael, meanwhile, is getting checked out at the command center by paramedic Daniels, who we have never seen before, and as far as I'm aware, we'll never see again.
Literally, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, we get lines, we get a name, we get everything, and then she vanishes.
Yes.
She goes to Haiti.
Yes. I don't know.
Is that like where everyone who leaves the show goes to Haiti? Like, is this like... You know, like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they all talk about Tahiti all the time?
Yeah.
It's like people go to Tahiti.
That's definitely going to be a thing from now on.
Her bedside manner sucks, because Michael is freaking out because David is still in the hospital, which is now, very much on fire.
Yeah.
And she's trying to keep him calm while checking him out. He's saying, no, I need to, my boyfriend is there. Somebody yells for, hey, I need a paramedic. She immediately just bolts.
She literally just turns around and leaves. And it's like, okay.
There's you need to stay here, sir, or you're fine. You can...
You're fine, I'll be right back. She literally just turns around and leaves, and he's like, okay.
And he has to run after her to finish his next line of dialogue.
We still haven't finished the page. Where are you going? She's no chimney, that's for sure.
But she does tell him, just wait from out here and let us do our job. And I was like, he is totally 100% going to run into that hospital in a moment. But he doesn't, amazingly. He does as he's told.
He waits there and the camera spins around him in a spiral, giving us, the viewer, a feeling that emotionally he is in a spiral. Did we get it? That he's spiraling?
Is he spiraling?
The camera's spiraling? Yeah.
It spirals emotionally.
Speaking of David, he's still doing surgery. They have managed to get in contact with the OR and let them know.
Do we even need to mention David's doing surgery this entire episode? That's, yeah.
Pretty much. They let the nurse know, oh, hey, there was, an explosion, the hospital's on fire, you might want to, get out of there. And David's like, nah, it's on the other side of the hospital, we're fine.
Good. Yeah.
Well, they do have a guy on the table with a hole in his head, so if they all leave, then he's going to die. So
I don't think they're saying. I don't think they're saying leave the patient. I think they're saying close up the surgery, and everybody leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I think David's argument is,
I'm sure they could have closed and gone to another hospital, but no, he has to perform the surgery here in a burning building.
There must be some way that they could have temporarily made the surgical site sterile and
just pack the wound or something. It's only the brain.
Anyway, we'll discuss that a little bit more because I have thoughts about this, funnily enough.
But yeah, maternity's way over there, so David's not even concerned. He's just like, yeah, this will be done soon. It's fine.
The 118 is over at the maternity ward where they've set up some kind of bucket brigade up the ladder to get the babies out of the nursery.
Cute. Even they're safer about handling the babies than the fucking nurse is, though.
Yeah, but I was looking at the ladder going, how many people are on that ladder? Like, we have seen those ladders break.
I know the ladder broke with just Buck. Yeah, but Buck's not on the ladder, so it's fine because he's inside. So we're good.
Yes.
It's all good.
So they've given Buck the job of picking up the babies and passing them out the window to Eddie. And then Eddie passes them to the next person on the ladder, who then climbs down the ladder a little bit, passes it to the next person, and so on and so on and so forth until they get to Anne, who's on the ground, who takes them to the triage centre where they're being put in the little plastic wheelie things the babies should go in.
I think those are actually humidicribs because they've got oxygen going through, so that's something different. Then like babies don't usually need to be in humidicribs.
No, I swear they're just the little plastic wheelie thingies.
No, because they said that they're running oxygen, so they've got to be the humidicrib. That's normally what like.
But they don't look big enough to be actual.
Wouldn't humidicribs be like completely enclosed? These ones are just the little plastic sides.
They couldn't afford real ones, okay? Just
I don't know.
Okay?
I know that Hen says they're running oxygen, but I have a feeling that she's like putting tiny little masks on them and getting them to breathe in that way.
She's literally just got a portable fan and she's like
blowing fresh air up their nose.
But oh my god, can we just talk about Buck like holding the very fake, just ignore it, just go.
Oh my god, they are so fake. It doesn't even look like dolls. It looks like they've wrapped up a blanket around like a sack of flour and like shoved a beanie on it.
They spent their entire budget on the explosion. They're done. Like that's it. The explosion and fucking Rupert's envelope took up the entire budget. They also had to pay a background firefighter this week. Okay, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buck's like he's holding the little baby and he's like, "It's okay, baby. Like it's okay. I got you. You're okay." And I'm like, "Oh, Buck with babies is just the best."
It's definitely the right choice to be the one actually picking up the babies.
Well, that's it. But yeah, even they're handling the babies safer than the fucking nurse did at the start.
Yes.
I also like that, like, Hen is, like, moving them over and Ravi's on the bottom of the ladder as well. And then, like, when Hen's chatting to Bobby, Ravi just appears behind. It's like, aren't you supposed to be on the ladder? Like, are we done with the babies? Is this it? Did we just miss the step? So I'm assuming they're done with the babies at this point.
I'm assuming that Bobby would not have nominated those two to head off if they were still needed.
The third last firefighter turns around with a baby and they're both just gone. He's just like, oh, what the fuck do I do now? Like, stop holding, stop passing down babies from it. Stop, I've got to run it. Fuck, stop. It's just full of babies. The babies just keep coming.
They're just like
pile up of babies.
Football pass off to the nurse. It's just standing to the 10 feet to catch. So they get a call that they need paramedics on the east corridor for evacuation assistance. Bobby nominates Hen and Ravi to go and do that. And as he is heading off to go somewhere, I don't know where he's going.
There we go. Yeah, no. So Bobby does say all the babies have been evacuated. So yeah, they're done. It's okay. Yeah. So there's a man who's like panicking because he's like, "Where's my baby?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're all over here." And he's like, "No, my baby wasn't in the nursery."
No, but can we talk about that? Like, Bobby's like, all the babies have been evacuated. Starts to walk off. The guy grabs him again, and Bobby's like, "Bitch, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, like, I'm fucking busy, mate. Like, what are you doing? This poor guy's also on a gurney, so he's clearly injured.
And it's background firefighter pushing the gurney. Hey! I'm very excited whenever I see John, the background firefighter.
Yay, John, the background firefighter. But yeah, so he's like, no, our daughter wasn't in the nursery. He was with my son, Parker. He's 8 years old. This is a very large gap for siblings, but sure. Yeah, so Parker. We cut to Parker, who is 8 years old and, wasn't in the nursery. He's, like, stepping over fallen plaster. The nurse is dead, because that's what happens when you incorrectly carry babies.
The baby, however, is perfectly fine and somehow managed to land on top of a pile of plaster with nary an injury to her.
Clearly the plaster fell and the nurse was like, ah, and like threw the baby. And so the baby like landed safely on top of the plaster.
And the baby is apparently completely unconcerned about anything that has happened.
Yeah, baby's totally fine. And it is the biggest, it's like a 5-month-old baby. She's like asking for
it's
solids.
yeah.
It's
massive.
weird.
but
despite
adorable.
all of that, Parker picks her up. I do love the fact that they gave like Oliver bags of flour, and yet they let the 8-year-old carry around an actual baby.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The kid was actually picking up a baby, and I was like, oh, Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Look, after episode 1, where they actually told Oliver to run downstairs with a baby, he's like, I'm not, tell my agent can tell them I'm not carrying babies anymore. This is way too much pressure. What the fuck were they doing? I was a child. Why were they giving me babies? And then they're like, that's fine. We'll get the 8-year-old to carry them.
So the 8-year-old does carry. He carries Sophia into a first hospital room that he can find, which has a telephone. And so he very responsibly puts Sophia on the floor and calls 911. And Claudette picks up.
He does such a good job. Like, this is an 8-year-old, and he's just like, I have to protect my kid, my sister.
Claudette just starts treating this as like a kid, because he says, I can't find my mum and dad. And she's like, okay, we've got a lost child. That's fine.
When she
starts
first
going into
answers
details.
the phone, actually, she sounds so chill. It's like, aren't you in the middle of a crisis here? Like, she's like,
yeah, but she's got to be calm.
What's your emergency? Anyway,
I mean, we know that she thrives under pressure. She's very good at most emergencies. She's not very good in this one. Because while she's completely chill, talking to Parker, getting his name, finding out what's going on, as soon as he says that he was in a hospital and there was an explosion, she starts to freak the fuck out. She starts to get panicked a little bit as she's telling Parker how to handle being in a room that's about to catch fire.
She gets very invested and emotional about this.
She does get very into this baby, this child.
Yeah. Important plot point. She asks Parker if he knows what room he is in. Can he see a room number anywhere? And so he looks out the window to see a sign in the hallway and says, yes, I see it. It's room 318. And then we, the audience, get to see what Parker is looking at, and it is the jankiest looking 3 I've ever seen in my life.
Maybe because it's not a 3.
Well, see, the weird thing is I was like willing to go along with, it looks weird because as we later find out, it's not a 3, it's an E. But then we actually get to see the 3/E correct way round, and it looks even jankier. It's so bad. It doesn't look like anything. But he reports
when he
that
was first looking out the door to see us like a room number, I'm like, did he just look at the room across the hall? Because how can he see his own the room the room number that he's in? And I'm like, they're not going to find him there. But anyway,
I don't think that would have mattered because they would have just been looking in that general location. And I'm sure that if they'd said, I don't think Buck and Eddie would have gone, 318, there's no one in there. We're not going to check 317 or 316.
I mean, that looks like
they
what
were all
happened,
on fire anyway. So yeah, it didn't matter in the end. But
that they wouldn't have just checked that one room and gone, I guess it was the wrong room, and then left.
Yeah.
So we get the supposed location of the child, and then she sends that information through to the 118 because she tells Parker she's sending help to you. And so Bobby sends the Bobbsey twins off to try and find Parker and his sister.
He's like, hey Buck, you like kids, go find one.
We're also going to send the single father to go and find the kids.
Yeah, this is a great idea. You know 8-year-olds.
An 8-year-old's death isn't going to hit you that hard, right, Eddie?
Oh. I mean, you'd think Bobby would be having a spiral about a fucking kid trapped in a fire, but
Oh my god.
No.
I didn't even think about that.
At the time, yeah. No, he's okay.
They didn't even mention it. They were just like, yeah, this is fine. Bobby's fine with this.
Oh my god.
I think they probably forgot about that.
They probably did. So Buck and Eddie head off.
Yeah, Hen and Ravi are also running up the stairs. And they they pass a nurse who's helping a patient down the stairs, and Hen asks how many more are up there, and the nurse doesn't really know, but he says there's a guy helping dig people out of the rubble, and Hen's like, one of ours? And he goes, no, one of ours. So there's a patient up there helping out.
But one of ours makes it sound like
exchange.
Because they say a nurse, it's like a patient. It's like, that's not one of yours then. Like, she should have just said a patient.
It was a weird thing to say.
Why didn't the nurse just say, no, a patient, rather than this
one of
back
ours.
And forth? Anyway, the stupidity continues because Ravi gets on the floor and goes, LAFD, is anybody up here? Just as 2 LAFD firefighters walk towards him with a patient between them. Like, yes, obviously somebody else is up there. But apparently they are not the only somebody's up there. There's one more, but he won't leave. And that's Rupert.
Who, in case we've forgotten because we didn't care, he's the guy who...
I cared, I liked Rupert.
Who graduated from chemo college.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's digging through the rubble.
Yeah, he's looking specifically for Callie, though.
With his bare hands? He's in the Buck School of...
Yeah.
Digging,
excavating?
Hen's trying to get him to leave, but he's not having it.
This just solidified my thoughts that he was going to do, like, this love confession, because he doesn't even care about anyone else. He's just like, no, I just need to find Callie.
Yeah, because Ravi starts to help him. They get the rubble off and reveal the person trapped where Rupert was digging, and it is another nurse, but it's not Callie. And Rupert's almost like holding a piece of rubble and then just drops it back on top of her. Like, oh, it's
literally,
not Callie,
not Callie. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Unfortunately, that nurse is dead, so she gets tagged, and he moves off to try and find Callie. And Hen is incredibly unable at this point to stop him. Like, to the point where she just kind of, like, looks at Ravi and is like, Ravi? And he's like, yeah, fine, I'll go and get him.
I laughed so hard about that. Like, Ravi...
He's not like, I can't bother to do.
Ravi, you're young with energy. Can you just go deal with this?
It's like, I can imagine her like turning to Karen when, Denny's not doing what he's supposed to do. It's like, Karen, can you just handle him? It's the probie.
Yeah.
So while Ravi is doing Hen's job for her, David is being informed that the fire has breached the fire door, is entering the cancer ward, and all non-essentials now have to evacuate the hospital. And David's like, no, I'm staying here. And all of his support staff go, well, if you're staying, we're staying.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is, okay.
I will have thoughts later.
Yep. Okay.
While they're all, suffering in their sort of little Stockholm syndrome in the surgical ward, Parker is following Claudette's instructions and is using towels to block the smoke from under the door, and then is wetting down the towels to help them absorb the smoke better. And Claudette is, very, panicking. Every time Parker has to put the phone down so that he can go do what she's asking, she's just like, are you doing okay, Parker? You okay? You still there, Parker?
Parker?
Yeah. And that panic ratchets up to 300% when Parker puts down the phone, goes to do a task, comes back, and gets a dial tone because the call's been disconnected. And suddenly he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But Eddie and Buck are almost there. So they're about to go and find him anyway. But there's just flames on the other side of the door that they're at when they get up to the 3rd floor.
Yeah. 3rd floor is fully involved. And they are reporting back to Claudette that they can't go into the floor without a hose line, which is going to take time. And meanwhile, she's panicking. She's like, I told him to shut himself in the room. In that floor, you kind of need to go and get him. So they Eddie sees that there are hydrants in the hallway, so he's like, I guess that's gonna have to do. They are completely useless. They do absolutely nothing for the flames. And then, to make matters worse, as they sort of start to make their way through the flames, the doors at the other end of the hallway completely collapse and a massive fireball whooshes through the hallway. And for a second, Claudette thinks that she's lost contact with Eddie and Buck as well.
Yeah, Eddie and Buck are dead. That's it. That's the podcast. We're done now. We'll see you next week for more heated rivalry talk, because
Buck eventually comes back on the radio and says,
"Oh, thank God he's alive."
There is no room 318. It's gone. The fire took it. And Claudette looks like she's about to have a massive meltdown. And Linda is, I don't know whether Linda can hear what is going on or she's just watching Claudette and she can see how Claudette is reacting, but like everyone is staring at Claudette at this point. And Josh swarms in from the other side of the room to tell Claudette that it's time for her to take a break.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't know whether he's hearing what she's hearing or he's just reacting to her.
Yeah, and she's like, "No, I'm fine." And he's like, "No, you're not fine. Go and take it."
Yep.
Take your break anyway. Even if you're fine, take a break anyway.
That's it.
Meanwhile, in the car park command center, Michael is still there. He's still just hanging around, spiraling, and
literally the camera is still spinning around him.
It's still spinning around. The poor cameraman's dizzy at this point.
It's very metaphorical. This whole technique
Subtle.
of
yeah.
Okay, I take back what I said about the good directing. No, it is good.
Hey, the directing is fine. The camera work is maybe a little bit juvenile, but you know, it's fine. It's doing its job.
Yeah, do you think the cameraman just does what he wants? It's the director that tells anyway.
No, the cameraman gets to choose what he's doing, right?
No.
I think the director tells the cameraman what to do.
Yes. I was trying to stick up for James. Leave me alone.
Okay.
All right, you and your bestie
Athena
James.
is there. Athena arrives.
Athena is suddenly there. Yes.
She's also running around in circles because Michael's still running around in circles.
Apparently,
well, no, but she gets there and Michael stops spiraling.
Well, now he has someone who usually knows what's going on and can take care of everything. But I mean, obviously, Athena is not at work at the moment, so she doesn't really know much. But
yeah,
David
Athena finally took
Michael
a day
latches
off.
onto her anyway.
Poor Athena finally took a day off and the fucking hospital explodes. And she's like, now I have to go in anyway. Like, for fuck's sake.
Well, she's not in uniform.
I'm assuming May told her because May's at work. She just is never shown at work.
Well, May might have seen it on the TV or something. Or
May saw it on
social
Twitter
media or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May saw it somewhere and mentioned it to Athena as in, hey, isn't that the hospital David works at? So I don't know whether Athena would have known that information. So yes. And oh my god, did you know that David is inside the burning building and the building is on fire?
Yeah. Apparently. We didn't know that, but now we do.
He's still inside doing surgery.
And he's still not leaving.
Is he still doing surgery?
He's still doing surgery. The nurse comes back and says, the LAFD are telling us to get the fuck out. We've got 5 minutes. They've got 5 minutes before they come in and drag us out themselves. David's like, no, it's cool. We're about to leave. I'm almost done. And just as he says that, he is not almost done because those margins, which were perfectly clear mere seconds ago, suddenly become very muddied. The patient starts hemorrhaging. His blood pressure's dropping.
Everything's dropping.
Everything's dropping. He's apparently approaching stroke territory, which I
his
don't know if that's a
self-esteem's
thing.
dropping, which is wild because he's asleep. Everything's dropping.
Including the electricity, because the lights go out for a second.
He's experiencing stop drop.
At which point David's...
Don't start that again.
That's David's cue to go, right, every one of you get out. And the nurse is like, no, what do we always say? Faith in science. And David finishes it, and in each other. Okay, we're all staying.
Okay.
Stupid.
Science will save them.
Yeah.
Or Bobby in this case. Ravi is still following along after where Rupert disappeared to. But there's like a trail of blood that he sees on the floor. And so he calls Hen over and they find Callie underneath a set of shelves. And
how is she dripping blood, like trailing blood everywhere if she's stuck under wire shelves?
I'm assuming Rupert is the one trailing blood and Ravi's following Rupert's trail of blood.
Sure, let's go with that because it makes more sense.
Yeah. It does
make more sense. Like he's looking for Rupert, he sees fresh blood and goes, okay, we'll go in that direction and I'll find Rupert. And he does.
How does the sternum rub work? Like, we see it used a lot. Obviously, it's like it's an actual thing. It's just, how does it work? What are the?
It's a reflex. It's like one of those, very, very inbuilt reflexes. Let's see what Dr. Google says. It's pain stimulus.
Oh, right. So because it hurts.
It provides central noxious stimulus to patients.
Okay.
Right. I'm just always curious.
Apparently is no longer.
Again, I've been watching The Pit, and they do it a lot in The Pit too. So like, it's not just a made up for 911 thing, which I totally didn't think.
Do they do it to wake people up?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
so
what they like. Okay. If you see people unconscious in medical, like this show, all medical shows, they'll do like a like with their knuckles, they'll rub on the sternum, and then they just like wake up. And I'm like, how does this work? Because sometimes they use the smelling salts, and sometimes they like
if you just rub your knuckles on your sternum, it hurts.
Yeah.
And so if you can imagine somebody else doing it to you very, very deeply, it's apparently enough pain. And you're not having to worry about, like, if squeezing hands doesn't work because something's blocking the nerves between the fingers and the brain or the feet and the brain. But if they're still alive and there's still, brain activity, rubbing the sternum will go to the brain and wake them up. So that's why they do it. It's a way to very quickly wake somebody up.
Just feel like going to like whenever people sleep near me now, I'll just do a sternum rub and they'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Sternum hurts.
Like, I was just making sure you were okay. I know, mine too. we're all going to be bruised tomorrow now.
We've all been sitting here doing sternum rubs on ourselves.
War wounds of podcasting about
my show that's Ow.
Sternum rub, which works. Callie is awake. She can wiggle her fingers. She can wiggle her toes. She's all good.
She does need a tourniquet on the leg, apparently, even though, she's fine otherwise.
But they get her on a gurney, and just as sort of Ravi and Hen sort of pick her up to plonk her onto the gurney, there's an ominous creaking sound, which apparently only Rupert can hear. And
the others don't seem too bothered by
it. He was cured from cancer and developed super hearing.
So he tells Ravi and Hen to get her out of here, and when they don't pay any attention to him because he's just another victim in this situation who is here to be giving them orders, he literally shoves Ravi and yells, "Get out!" And just where Ravi was standing, the ceiling comes down.
On top of Rupert.
On top of Rupert.
Like, he survived cancer only to be crushed in the hospital.
In the cancer ward.
Cancer ward.
Very sad.
So he survived cancer and then the cancer ward killed him.
So what have we learnt, guys? If you get cured from cancer, don't go back into the cancer ward.
Leave as fast as possible. Do not
just get out.
Weirdly to hand over the suspected
holding
love
envelopes
confession to the nurse that's like old enough to be your granddaughter.
Oh my god, literally.
So Ravi is sort of looking in horror at this man who had just told them that he'd survived cancer, who has now been felled by the centre that cured him of said cancer. Eddie and Buck are also not doing well because they've assumed that they have failed to find the 8-year-old and his baby sister, and Eddie is especially taking it hard.
Oh, and Buck looks at him and goes, "Are you okay?" Eddie's not okay. He's like,
Eddie is not okay. But it is
Not
okay
at all.
because we then cut to a 911 call, and it's 8-year-old Parker going, "Where the fuck are my firefighters?"
Yeah,
And
like
like
that.
I'm
I was-
sorry.
Parker's like, I was promised hot firefighters, and there are no hot firefighters here.
And Linda's
He's
like,
8 years old. Come on.
Linda figures out
I meant
that
temperature
this is-
hot. They're on fire. Oh my god, Ellen.
Linda figures out that this is Parker, who Claudette was dealing with. I don't know how she figured that out, unless she could literally hear what Claudette was hearing, although maybe she kept hearing Claudette go like, "Parker, are you okay, honey? Parker, are you there, honey? Parker, Parker, Parker."
Parker.
And she's like, "Oh shit, Parker, stay on the phone." She gets on the horn to Eddie. She's like, "Eddie, did you end up getting into room 318?" I'm like, "Honey, if he got into room 318, do you think the kid would be calling you?"
Yeah.
Eddie's like, "Thanks for reminding me. No, 318 was on fire. The kids are dead."
Yeah. Thanks for
and Linda's
reminding me
like-
the kids are dead, Linda.
Thank you.
And Linda's like, "Well, actually,
Why don't you
the
give me a
kids-
paper cut and pour some lemon juice on it?
Linda says, "Well, actually, the kid just called me back."
And Eddie's like, oh my god,
And-
really? And Linda's like, no, I'm kidding. Sucker.
Buck jumps on the call, on the radio call, and goes, "Wait, the kid's alive?" And Linda's like, "Yeah, he's still saying he's in room 318. It's impossible you're at the wrong room." Now, this is really, really bad
It's a jump.
editing, writing, because
really is.
what happened was they had, when Eddie was like being really upset about the fact that they lost their kids, he and Buck were at the truck putting away all of their fire gear. So they'd taken off their helmets, they had taken off their tanks, they were putting them all away. Suddenly, when Linda calls back and says, actually, the kids are still alive, somehow Eddie is back in full gear. And I know that they needed him back in full gear because they needed him to be in his helmet so that he could look at his reflection in the mirror and he could see that what says 118 on the front of his helmet looks like 811 in the mirror. So he's thinking that the kid caught a reflection and that's why he got the room number wrong. But it's just, why did you have him out of his gear like 30 seconds earlier? Buck is still out of his gear and suddenly he's back in his gear.
Eddie's just really fast at getting dressed, okay?
But why did he get dressed again?
Because he heard the children were alive and was just like, oh, I'm indecent.
No, but like he's back in the gear before Linda calls him.
Oh, because maybe he got undressed and Bobby looked over and was like, what the fuck are you doing? There's still a fire!
Maybe
Get
they
the
had
fuck
to put
back in
clean
there!
clothes on because they got so much smoke in their clothes
Yeah, true. Maybe they just got changed. It's fine.
I don't. Who the hell knows? That is shitty editing in that case.
Yeah. So, but the whole point is that Linda says, "Do you think you got the wrong room?" Eddie's staring at himself in the mirror, going, "No, I think he got the wrong room." And we see that 118 looks like 811.
Because Eddie,
and
much like a parakeet, is regularly staring at his own reflection in the mirror.
And he asks Linda, "Is it possible that there is an 81E in the hospital?" And she looks up the hospital floor plan, which of course she has access to, because apparently dispatch can find anything in the.
Well, they would have had it. They would have had it open because, like, they're fighting the fire.
All right, I will accept that they had it because for evacuation purposes.
I'm pretty sure Claudette even had it open earlier.
And they discover that there is a room 81E. It is on the 5th floor, and he and Buck race off to fight till they get to the 5th floor, counting off the room numbers, and they finally get to room 81E, which Buck very helpfully tells the audience, who might not have caught up, that that's 318 backwards. And again, it's the jankiest looking E. They find the kids. Parker's passed out from smoke inhalation. Sophia is apparently fine. I would have thought she would be the one to be
even though she's
first
got
out.
smaller. I guess because she's closer to the ground. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. They get the kids. They get them out. They're fine. They let Linda know that the kids are fine. She goes to then tell Claudette that the kids are fine. And Claudette has like a massive breakdown. I do like that at one point someone else tries to come in the break room and Linda's like, not now. Just like literally holds her hand up and like, no. Go find your snacks somewhere else. Go raid Josh's desk. He's got snacks.
Yeah.
But yes, Claudette is both a little bit in disbelief that Linda was the one that saved the kids and figured out that the kids were in the wrong room. And then very relieved that the kids, regardless of who saved them, are saved.
Yeah, Claudette's like, you figured that out? And Linda's like, actually, Eddie did. It's fine.
It's like, first, fuck you. Secondly, no, it was Eddie. Linda would not say that, though. She's a sweetheart.
Yes. Linda is the best of us. We then cut back down to the command center where Michael and Athena have been looking around trying to find David. They don't find David, but they do find Bobby. And for some reason, the captain of the 118, who was not incident commander, but was pretty much meant to be on the ground just, directing the troops, has somehow acquired some breathing apparatus. Because when he sees his wife and his wife's ex-husband, he...
Excuse me, his bestie.
His bestie, his game partner. He sort of excuses himself from the conversation that he's having, picks up this massive tank and over his shoulder and heads over to Athena and Michael. And I'm like, Bobby, why do you have... Oh, that's why you have breathing apparatus. Okay.
Yeah, so Bobby is going to be on the hunt for David, for his his buddy.
Yes.
And meanwhile, the patient is still bleeding, and so they can't close up the wound and get out of there. David is calling for some backup blood because he's already lost a lot of blood, and we're like, where is the blood coming from?
Yeah, like what?
I mean, hopefully they already have
David,
some
the blood is boiling.
In the OR somewhere?
Everything's on fire. The blood is literally boiling.
Yeah.
It is turning into black pudding here.
Nobody's going to deliver blood to an OR that's surrounded by fire.
It's the poor guy who had to deliver the kidney on Valentine's Day with Athena. He's just carrying his little esky, just I have some blood that was ordered.
It's Manny, Manny in the helicopter that was supposed to be delivering the heart, and they ended up having to Captain America him. Anyway, so dude's bleeding out. They're not going to get any more blood anytime soon, and then the generator fails, and they're on backup.
It's just all going wrong.
So David tells them that they've got 20 minutes.
Yep, maybe hurry the fuck up.
All right, so we have to go back to the Callie storyline for a moment. They bring Callie out of the hospital into the sort of triage area, and they also brought Rupert out on another gurney, but he's already died, so sadly, no good. But Ravi's really upset about this because he was supposed to save Rupert, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And sort of reassures him, you did everything you could. It's like, well, he kind of didn't. He just got shoved out of the way. There wasn't really much he could do. But anyway.
Hen's like, you told him to go several times. You, in fact, yelled go home at him and told him he was 45 years old several times. You've done all you can.
Yeah. A few more than 45 years. But anyway, yes.
Meanwhile, Michael, and oh my god, I just realized this. Michael is standing there looking at the burning building going, I don't see how you do this. And I just realized, Michael, you were married to Athena, who was a cop.
Yeah, literally.
Several times that you have been in situations where Athena has been in peril and you've had to be sitting there waiting for her to come back.
Literally.
What do you mean that now you are completely inconsolable about the fact that your future fiance is in peril?
He's at guns fire. They're totally different things. But also Bobby's going in there with protective gear. He's not being an idiot.
No, I'm thinking
but
even
David
in the first
he doesn't know if David is okay, so he's that's part of his problem.
The storyline when was it the earthquake where the kids were freaking out and trying to watch the news because they were trying to find sign of Athena because they didn't know where Athena was. She was supposed to be at work. She was on shift somewhere in the earthquake zone. They didn't know where she was. So that's like something that Michael's had to deal with before.
Yeah, several times.
So why is it different now with David?
Because David's just an ickle little brain surgeon.
He's in love with David.
Wow, poor thing.
Ouch.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. Because he has sex and enjoys it with David.
Oh. So anyway, yes, so Athena says to have faith in Bobby. Bobby has made his way up to the OR and he's got himself onto that little intercom. All he says is, David. And David's like, not now, Mom, 5 more minutes.
Yeah, basically.
I'm almost finished this match. I can't pause, it's online.
You can't pause because the guy's got his brain exposed and he's going to die.
Well, he literally says, I can't let that happen. I promised his wife. And this is why we never make promises if we are medical staff or first responders.
Exactly.
But then, and this is the most fuck-assery thing, Bobby says, well, I promised...
couldn't believe the audacity.
Bobby says, I promised your husband. And David's like, he's not my husband yet. And Bobby said, well, he's got a ring or maybe a watch. We never did find out which one he picked. In his pocket right now, waiting to propose to you.
It's like, Robert
Nash.
Thunder, Bobby. Like, what the hell?
Robert Wade Nash. What the
Bobby
actual
just
fuck?
really likes proposing. Is this the third proposal he's done, like, that we know of?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Wife,
he had 2 wives
Athena,
before. Yeah.
Michael and David. Yep.
Oh, God.
May better
believe
watch
it.
out because Bobby's going to be proposing to her boyfriend.
This is why May doesn't bring boys home anymore.
Bobby just keeps proposing to them on her behalf.
It's like, it's got vibes of like, my friend wants to know if you'll go out with him.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to slide this note under the surgery door. It's got 2 boxes, yes or no. Can you just put a mark in blood on one of them and I'll let Michael know?
Oh no.
I'm assuming he does have a pen in there. Oh boy, we're getting punchy. Come on, we can do this.
Okay, we got this. This is not like I was going to say. It's not much longer to go, but there is quite a long way to go. So
there is at least 12 minutes because that's how long David needs to finish the surgery.
Yeah, and it feels like the next part takes 12 minutes, but we actually looked at the timestamps, and it's only like 5 or 6 minutes. So it's not actually 12 minutes.
Ellen was complaining this part felt like it took forever, and I, having been watching The Pit, went, well, maybe they actually did make an attempt to have the next part be 12 minutes so that, we as the audience were right there. But no, it was not 12 minutes. It just felt like it.
This was pre-Pit days. There was no such thing as...
Excuse you, 24.
There are so many shows that did it. That's why I was joking. Like, didn't The Simpsons even spoof 24?
Oh, probably. The Simpsons spoof everything. I'm waiting for The Simpsons to do Heated Rivalry.
If they haven't already.
Oh, I hope so.
So, yes, Bobby says that he will do his best to give David the time he needs, and he calls for all available units to respond to OR5 for defend in place, and everybody take a shot. And so every man and their dog suddenly race toward OR5 to basically, there's a word and I cannot find it.
Defend in place? Is that the word?
It's basically David is trying to be a hero. He's putting everybody's lives at risk, and they're just going to... it's the word where somebody wants to do something, and even though it's a really bad idea, you just go along with it. There is an actual word for that, and I cannot find it. Anyway, so that's what they do. So everybody...
Is it German?
No, it's not German. It's apparently not that important. I will remember it in like 5 hours, and I will wake up in a cold sweat going like, it was this word. So So we see everybody running off. We hear multiple team captains chime in and say that they're coming. Meanwhile, down in the command center, the wife of the dude who's having brain surgery is wandering around looking lost. She finds Michael and Athena, who ask whether they can pray with her.
Yeah.
And then we move into montage number 2.
Yeah, I honestly stopped watching at this montage because I don't care.
Well, it went on for quite a long time. Like
it just kept going, and I don't care.
Everyone outside is either praying or like staring up at the hospital in slow motion.
Gazing
Literally
up
the
at
entire, like,
hospital.
everyone outside, like, there's, like, people in wheelchairs, people on gurneys, like, everyone's just, like, in a prayer circle, and I'm like, did you really run out of stuff to do in this episode? It's a pretty action-packed episode, and they still, like, we could have seen Buck with babies more.
Well, we do see a whole heap of, like, the surgery going on and the firefighters, like, trying to stop the fire from coming into the room.
Yeah, like Bobby is piling any piece of furniture that's not nailed down, he is piling in front of the door to just buy themselves a little bit more time. Hen is wetting down sheets to lay in front of the door.
Apparently fire can't get through furniture.
Well, no, I think it's more that the fire will eat the furniture in front of the door, and it'll give it, so it'll slow it down a little bit more. It's got to get through all of the furniture before it can get to the OR. But
it just reminds me of Community. Like, all I could think of was Community because I just rewatched that, where they're like, fire can't go through walls, it's not a ghost. And then, 2 episodes later, they're like, ghosts can't go through walls, they're not it's not fire.
Indulge! Fuck, there we go.
Sure, yep, cool. What?
Indulge. They are indulging David.
Him?
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, because, like, at this point, I think David, like, they're indulging him, going, yes, we'll give you some more time till you can finish your surgery. But we've now got the 118, 4 other units.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that.
A lot of people are at OR5 trying to defend it. You've got all of the surgical team inside, all putting themselves at risk so that David could finish the surgery. At what point do you go, look, it's a risk to move this guy out of the surgical ward, out of the surgical room outside. He may die.
Or, like, all these people will die
versus everybody else possibly dying so that you can save this one guy. Like, the Star Trek fan in me is going, like, the needs of the many. When do we start weighing up the needs of the many versus the needs of the few or the one here? Like, at what point should David have gone, like, I'm risking far too many people, I just need to, like, this one guy, I'm really sorry if he does not survive, but it's one guy versus everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get there because happy ending.
Yeah, the stakes for this episode are a lot lower once you've watched it.
Well, it was good. The first time through was great. I mean, I
did really enjoy it the first time. Like, I had a lot of notes about this episode the first time, and then
I knew none of the firefighters were going to die.
Like, some of the episodes, like the one with Albert in the car crash, that was tense even the second time. Like, I knew what was going to happen, and I was still tense.
That one lives up to rewatch. This one does not live up to rewatch.
Mind you, where's Albert gone? Who the fuck knows? So, you know,
he's
may as well
working
have
at a
just
different firehouse.
But he's still at the 133. They just weren't called to this one.
Yeah. But, you know, like, the Albert one was tense. This one, I'm like, I don't care about David. I don't care about Michael.
But the other thing that really kind of sucks about this sequence is that there's no, like, I didn't feel like there was a massive build
time
up
limit?
and then no, like, tension to it. So like they're fighting the fire. We get Ravi sort of looking at the flames now devouring all of the furniture that Bobby's put there, kind of going, holy shit. And then we cut to them all just walking out of the hospital.
Yeah. There's no
Where was the holy shit, the fire is actually, like, I didn't feel the tension.
No. And I think because we've, like, seen David this whole time, we know that he's so chill, like, he's so calm. He's just like, oh, I'll just suture him back up. This is fine. Like, there's no, like, holy shit, like, we have to do this now. It's literally just like, we'll get there. It's fine. The maternity ward's so far away. Like, we'll be right.
He's very calm and collected, isn't he?
Whereas
Yes.
No
the
urgency.
music was so good in the Albert car crash episode, and like the cutting back and forth, and like, oh, such a great episode. That,
Yes.
like, yeah, even the second time I watched it, I was like leaning forward and like tears. But yes, I will say the first time I watched this episode, I do have a lot of notes like where they think that Parker's like the room, whatever it is, 318.
Look, that
I was like,
that
no,
part, yes.
surely not. No fucking way. And then the second, now that I know what happened, I'm like, oh, it's the mirror.
But I will say that part still had the tension and the misdirect. And there's kind of no tension or misdirect in this section.
Yeah, this section I don't care. The kids I cared about. Because the first time I watched it, when I saw the 318,
No,
I just
know
thought
you
it was
were.
across the corridor.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the mirror. Yeah. But yeah, no, the first time, absolutely. They were like great first time, just not so much on rewatch.
If I watched it again, I probably wouldn't be quite so nervous. But anyway, they do walk out the door. But it's just a bunch of firefighters and Mike and David. Like, none of the nurses come out. Like, none of...
They come out like
they're
10
too busy
minutes
dealing
later.
with the guy.
But-
Yeah. They're dealing with the patient still.
Yeah, which makes me feel like David like got the brain bleed under control and just went, okay, cool, I'm done here, and then walks out and leaves like the nurses to close up for him.
No,
I've got to
Bobby
go hang out with my
grabbed him and
fiance's
dragged him
boyfriend.
out.
Bye.
Yeah, and what a welcome he gets. So yeah, he leads
my
David
God.
out. Michael races through the tents to grab Michael and hugs him.
Yep.
And that's it.
Because whenever I like think that my long-term partner who I live with has died, and then I see that they're not dead, I always just give them a friendly hug.
Yes.
Was this
You
like
know,
some
pat
kind
on the
of
back, no homo?
stipulation by one or both of the actors that they weren't going to kiss? Like,
You
because
know,
I don't think
was,
they ever kiss.
I was wondering whether it was a network thing, like the network was not going to show two men kissing.
Because I don't think we ever see like Hen and Karen kissing either, right?
No, we see them kiss.
We
So
got
I
a
was
sex scene with Hen and Karen in like season 1. It's not super. It's not as explicit as Bucks, but it's still.
So I'm thinking it was possibly. I'm gonna lay it at Rockman's feet and go that he did not want to. But
Yeah, we'll blame him for
maybe.
everything.
Yeah, well, I wondered because like these two are just not affectionate at all.
They basically just like fist bump, and they're just like, yeah, cool. Glad you're home.
I did not
Good job."
care enough to go back and check all of the episodes that have got David in them to see if we've ever actually seen these two kiss on the lips.
I
Yeah,
don't think
if
viewers,
anybody-
yeah.
Pigeon, if you've watched these episodes more recently than us, and you can recall seeing these two kiss, let us know, because I have a feeling that they have not, and I'm gonna say it's because the actors did not want to do it.
I feel like they did once, just because I remember going. Like, I remember thinking about, like, after I knew about Michael's actor, I remember being like, oh, he did. But I don't know now
Again,
if I imagine.
happy to be proven wrong. If anyone wants to drop us a comment in any place that they can possibly reach us and let us know.
This is just
care.
fucking weird. Yeah.
If we get like the longest no homo hug from the two homos.
Yeah, so,
and then
like,
the proposal.
yeah, David just says yes, and Michael's like, yes, and David goes, yes, and then they hug again.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, cool, that's
weird.
very romantic. It's so weird. It's such a weird, like, it's so weird.
He doesn't even give him the chance to like, he doesn't even say, can you believe what your bestie said in here? He reckons you're going to propose to me.
Yeah,
Like,
there's not even any, it's just like they know what they're talking about. Michael, who was literally having a panic attack 2 minutes ago, suddenly knows what David's saying when he just says yes. And then they hug.
He's like, how did you know?
Like, I've been more
Okay.
passionate with friends. I've been more passionate, like, I just got back from a house sitting thing, and I didn't see Autumn for one single day, and I was more passionate with her when I got home than Michael and David are right now. And that's not to say that I do anything inappropriate with my dog. Please don't take me wrong. That's how unpassionate, like, that's how bro these two guys are.
Look, it looked like a
They
lovely
like
hug.
pat each other on the back and are just
It was a nice hug, but it wasn't like a yes, let's get married kind of an embrace.
No, there was no passion. It was just like
no.
Like, I'm pretty sure Michael's hugged Bobby with more passion.
Oh dear.
It's
right,
fucking weird.
Moving on, because we've still got to finish this damn episode.
You know what is passionate and what is very homo is
Hidden
hidden
rivalry. I knew you were going to say that.
I guarantee you that if Ilya and Shane were to ever propose to each other, they would not hug it out afterwards.
Shane goes to hug Ilya and Ilya's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Give me a kiss.
Give me a kiss.
I'm not going to try and do it with a Russian accent, though. It's just be bad and insulting to everybody. So, those two are hugging it out. On the other side of the command center, Hen and Ravi go to look for Callie because at some point Ravi pickpocketed Rupert and found the envelope.
Yeah, this is weird too. Like, was he just, when he pushed Ravi away, grabbed the envelope at the same time so he'd die with it in his hand?
Or like they dug him out of the body and then he decided to like loot him like he's on Fortnite or something. I don't know. So anyway, he finds the envelope.
Maybe they were trying to find some ID or something, like a wallet or I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. Anyway, he ends up with the envelope and decides that he wants to give it to Callie. Callie says that she can't read it and would Ravi please read it to her.
Oh, yeah. So, because we need to hear it too.
Yes.
Although we get it in Rupert's own voice.
We do, and we get it at the montage with everybody else wrapping up the NPC characters' storylines.
Yeah. And everyone is okay except for Rupert. And even the guy who was having the brain surgery gets finally wheeled out and reunited with his wife, and he's awake. Like, he just had his brain open to the elements a minute ago.
He's fine now, yeah.
And he's already
he was on anesthesia. How low of an anesthesia was he on that he was awake that quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like, I don't know.
Oh, did we actually go through what was in the letter?
No, but it's basically, it's like he's thankful
I've stopped
to her.
caring.
Rupert was thankful to Callie for all of the faith that she had in him, and he hopes that he will see her again on the other side. Thank you. The end.
Yeah, it's literally just take care, thank you. Like, why were you so nervous? Just say thank you. So fucking weird. Like, it's the weirdest misdirect because I'm sure they made it seem like it was going to be some romantic thing, but it just made me think that Rupert was really fucking creepy instead of like a thankful patient. I was like, why is this guy sacrificing himself to find this bitch that's like real young? Like, I would have liked it more if like Rupert could stay the same. No issues with Rupert staying the same, but like make it an older nurse, because then it could have been like, oh, it's going to be a really cute love story. And then it's not, it's just him being like really grateful still.
I would also have bought You Reminded Me of a Daughter That I Lost Years Ago.
Yeah, like something like that, right? I thought the note
was going to be like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It was a weird, the whole Rupert story is so weird. I don't like it.
Coming out of the Rupert storyline, we do get this nice little character moment for Ravi.
I love Ravi!
Where we learn that when Ravi was a child, he had, I'm just going to assume leukemia. He says that he spent his entire childhood in hospitals doing chemo instead of like soccer tournaments. So that's a nice little sort of lore drop for Ravi.
Yeah.
So he's saying that from that experience he understands why Rupert did what he did, sacrificed himself for Ravi and for Callie.
Oh, totally. Like, yeah, they do become your family, which is fine. But why are you being so creepy with a note? Like, I don't know. It was just weird. Yeah, I like Ravi.
And Hen says that, well, maybe that's why Ravi does it too. Like, he's paying it forward. All of the people took care of him. He's now taking care of others. And it looks like Ravi likes that idea.
Little baby Ravi.
I don't care. Claudette's fine. Linda's fine. Moving on.
This was kind of cute, except that I thought Claudette was kind of just brushing it off, like, no crying at work. Sorry you had to see that. And I'm just like, I didn't see nothing.
Claudette's like my number one rule, no crying at work. Like, you should probably have you're a dispatcher. Like, that's, okay, sure. Save people? No, just don't cry. But Linda's like, don't know what you're talking about, didn't say anything.
And they do like a really awkward fist bump.
It's the weirdest fist bump.
It's, yeah, like,
it's
like they just got, it's like they just got proposed to.
It's like somebody wrote in and they fist bump, and these two women have never seen a fist bump in their life. And they're like, do we just, like, press our knuckles together like that? Like, where's the boom and the where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Too soon.
Maybe they made a new friend.
What with the hospital exploding? Too soon. Bex.
I'm sorry, I'm just like 3 raccoons in a trench coat that you would like pull a cord and pop culture references just pour out of my mouth.
Oh, same, except it's just heated rivalry now. With the occasional supernatural and for some reason Grey's Anatomy, which we have mentioned in a lot of podcasts, and I feel like we need to do like a Grey's Anatomy episode at this point.
No, I don't.
Oh my god, no. No, don't make me watch that, please.
Please, no.
Okay, we're nearly there. Come on, we're nearly there.
Okay, Dr. Not So Dreamy and his new fiancée are having family dinner to celebrate the fact that Bobby proposed to David.
Bobby proposed.
On behalf of Michael.
And yeah, he got a watch instead of a ring.
It's a fucking ugly
cool.
watch.
Yeah, he can't wear watches in surgery, so why the fuck? They're like,
but he's going to Haiti. Would you want to take that? I'm sure that watch is expensive. Would you want to take it to Haiti?
Probably not.
But that is not the only
reason. It's not
reason.
even a smartwatch. What's he going to do with it?
That is not the only reason that they're celebrating. Yes, Bobby proposed. David said yes. But he is also announcing that when David goes to Haiti, he is going to go with him.
Yep. Because apparently he can't save lives, but he can help rebuild one. And, like, you're an architect? You don't do construction.
But he can build the plans.
Yeah, but he can do some building. Like, he's got 2 hands.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do his actual profession.
He can learn how to hammer stuff. It'll be fine.
Look, if Misha Collins can build a orphanage or whatever it was, a school in Haiti, then I'm sure that, or wherever that was that they built, was that in Haiti?
Yeah, but Misha's quite handy. Like, Michael does not seem to be handy at all.
Hey, he built Athena a fireplace.
Yeah.
Twice, actually.
No, he knocked over a fireplace and then...
No.
That was Bobby.
No, didn't they build that house?
He did the plans for the house.
Yeah, I think he designed the house. I don't think he actually built it.
Architects aren't builders.
Okay. It
doesn't matter. They need all the help they can get.
Yes, they They do need all the help they can get. I would think that Michael has some kind of handyman skills.
Bex has a lot of faith in Michael. I have 0 faith in Michael.
I just need Michael gone. It's pretty much. I just need him
go home. Go home.
Go to Haiti.
45 years old. It's the gay on gay crimes again.
This announcement triggers yet another montage because Athena is upset at the idea of Michael leaving because she's going to miss him.
Yeah.
And
oh no. So sad.
That they will always be, no matter where Michael is, there will always be a family, which then triggers montage of all of the times that the Grant, Nashes, Hales were a family.
Oh, this was so funny. I was laughing so hard because Michael's not in that much. Like, Michael didn't have that many scenes that were, like, impactful. So I don't know why they did a montage about it because most of them are Bobby.
Yeah. And I also didn't realise that this was his last episode. And I was like, why are they doing a montage? Like, this is so weird.
I was the same. I was like, oh, is this him leaving? Yeah, but like, it was just so weird because
this is
like,
it?
It's literally like Michael and Bobby like gazing at each other at the Christmas photo. Michael talking about needing his partner, which is Bobby, Michael inviting Bobby into the prom photo.
Yeah.
Michael, like, just like, okay, like, shouldn't there be more Michael and Athena moments? But there aren't enough Michael and Athena moments, so it's literally just Michael and Bobby.
Or it's not enough Michael and Athena moments where they're being sweet with each other. It's because they've always been fighting.
Like, I totally get when when a long running character is leaving. Like, yes, it's sad, but Michael was in like 4 scenes, so they just show those 4 scenes and then like show different parts of those 4 scenes, and then they're just like, oh yeah, and Bobby, and oh, Michael loved that telescope. You remember that time?
He's been around a lot, but most of the time he's just hanging around in the background.
Yeah, like, but he exists, but also but it's not like, the way, does he really need a full montage?
Yeah, the way that Athena is so upset about him leaving, I'm like, aren't they only planning to go for a couple of months? Like,
yeah, like literally it's a couple of months and they're just like, oh my god, it's forever.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But like it turns out it actually is forever? Or
yes.
At least for...
Yes, this is it. Like, Michael's gone now.
This is this was Rockman Dunbar's last episode, and we are never going to see Michael again unless they recast him.
Oh my god, apparently he was in 69 episodes, and there was only those scenes. Like, well, that's pretty bad.
No. Was he in 69? Because he was a series regular, which means he gets credited whether he's in the episode or not.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Here we go. Credit only, credit only, credit only.
Yes.
Credit only. Yeah, so there were a lot of credit only in season 1.
So this was why he made such a big deal about the fact that this was his last episode, was because he was a series regular. He was getting $100,000 regardless of whether he was in an episode or not.
Yeah, season 3, credit only, credit only, credit only.
Yeah.
And he
so
threw it
interestingly,
away 'cause he's a dumbass.
The next episode which is Air episode 509, is production code 508. So it's supposed to air before this one. So he's still credited in the next episode.
Interesting.
Because it was meant to air first, but this one was always meant to be Rockman's last episode. Because, and this is where the tea, and I love this tea.
So everyone get your mugs ready.
Do tell.
His contract was terminated for, I'm assuming, breach of contract, because when they came back from lockdown over the pandemic, one of the requirements was that cast and crew members had to get a COVID vaccine, and Rockman refused. He tried to get a religious exemption from the COVID vaccine, and the studio refused to accept it. And so they terminated his contract early. Which was why, hang on, I'm going to keep going because there's more tea, but I just want to say
so much
that
more tea.
This is why that episode when the fridge broke and all the COVID vaccines were about to spoil, and they made a big deal about the fact that Michael got the COVID vaccine.
That's why we were laughing so hard.
When his actor refused to get it.
Right, okay. That was very petty of them to make him have that as a fake vaccine. Yeah.
So Rockman says, I'm not going to get the vaccine. I have a religious exemption. You know, I believe very strongly that the vaccines are bad. I'm not going to get it. God tells me not to get the vaccine. The studio says, no, you're going to get it, or you're not going to work on the show anymore. And so they terminate his contract early. He then sues the studios. And it goes when you look at sort of the hierarchy, you know, Fox is owned by this, is owned by that, it goes all the way up to Disney. So he was suing Disney for a raft of things, but the one that it really came down to, and the one that the news outlets and the entertainment outlets made a big deal out of, was for discrimination on the basis of religion. Basically saying that there were many other people in the cast and crew who weren't required to have the vaccine, but because I was saying that I didn't want to get it for religious reasons, I was the one that got fired.
What faith is he like?
Here's the fun part. This is where the tea starts to get flavoured. So he was claiming an exemption from the church. Hang on, I've got to find the correct. It is the Congregation of Universal Wisdom, which is basically an online-only church. It was founded in 1975 by a chiropractor because back in the 70s, chiropractic was kind of not seen as legitimate medical practice, and the chiropractors were often being accused of like Satanism and paganism. So they're like, no, we're good Christian. Like God commands us to do what we're doing. Flash forward to like the 2020s, the New York Times did an article about the congregation and basically said that they exist now just to provide religious exemptions to medical mandates.
Yep.
And one of the reasons, especially to vaccines, and because one of the tenets of the Congregation of Universal Wisdom is that it is sacrilegious to introduce into the body living organisms or unnatural matter that may alter the natural balance of that organism. Basically, we believe that vaccines are bad.
They're anti-vaxxers.
Yep, but they're
anti-vax without saying anti-vax.
Yep.
Because they did actually put to Rockmond in. This went to trial. It went to a jury trial, and the counsel for Disney put to him like, "Would you say you're anti-vax?" And he's like, "No, I'm not anti-vax, but I haven't got vaccines and I haven't vaccinated my kids." The sticking point for Rockmond and why this religious exemption did not work is that the dude takes steroids. So he
takes synthetic testosterone
and an anti-estrogen in order to boost the effects of the testosterone. And in fact, on top of, as well as testosterone and this anti-estrogen, he takes another 37 medications.
Yep.
And so
like Disney's lawyer literally scrolled through a list of 37 medications Dunbar takes that aren't natural. And because he was like, oh, I'm not perfect. And so she went through the entire list and was like, this is very far from perfect. This isn't even close.
Yeah. He didn't help his case when he got on the stand and said, man created the COVID vaccine to separate us from God. It is a spiritual war. It is a war of evil against good. I stood on the side of good. I stood on the shoulders of God. He also tried to make claims that there were like fetal matter within the COVID vaccine.
Oh, God.
Aborted fetal cells and contained quote-unquote disease is what he actually said on the stand. So unsurprisingly, the jury found for the studios.
Yeah.
And they said that this religious exemption was not valid and the studio did not breach their contract by terminating Rockmond did not discriminate against Rockmond by terminating his contract early for failure to the vaccine.
Wow.
So he screwed because he threw all of this money into this lawsuit, and surprisingly,
against fucking Disney, who own everything.
When you piss off Disney, it's really hard to get work again.
I bet.
He has not worked since he got fired from 911.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's why they wrote Michael off, and that's why we are never going to see Michael again on the show unless they recast him.
And that's why we've kind of been very like blasé about Michael this entire show, because like we do not care, because we're like, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Michael as a character. He was funny, but like, if you're gonna fuck around, then
you're gonna find
out.
Yeah, but like you said, I do love the fact that they forced his character to get the vaccine, even though the actor himself.
Yeah, that.
That's
just very salty.
That this was a very gracious ending. They could very easily have just literally killed Michael.
They gave him a very nice ending, considering and maybe that's why his montage was just all Bobby, because they were like, we don't even want to look at his fucking face.
I really just think they were struggling to find decent scenes.
I mean, he had a brain tumor not too long ago. I
have a feeling they didn't want to go the malicious route, because he probably, like, when they terminated him, I'm assuming he was like, I'll take you all to court. And they were like, that's fine. We're going to be real nice to you, so that he couldn't be like, oh, like, look what they did to my character. Because they gave him a really gracious ending. Like, they took the high road for the first time in their lives. And yeah, so that they couldn't be called out for like...
They still made him get the vaccine, which is...
They still made his character get the vaccine.
Still made his character.
Which is not the high road.
Which is hilarious.
But yeah, so season 5 was airing. A week before this episode aired, Deadline leaked that this was going to be Rockman's last episode. And they're like, we hear that it's because he wouldn't get the COVID vaccine. They aired this episode, and then I'm guessing whatever gag order was on the cast and crew suddenly lifted, and he was telling everyone, yes, it's because I tried to get a religious exemption because my God told me not to fill my body with disease, and the studio fired me.
Yeah.
And then the lawsuit happened, and I love the fact that so the decision only got handed down in October of last year.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
so
it was
it's
super recent.
very,
So,
very
like,
recent. And I'm so glad that we got the decision while we hadn't got to this episode yet, because now we can get to this episode and I can go, this is the whole saga.
When the when the whole thing about the 37 medications and the synthetic testosterone came out, like everyone on Twitter was just like, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, how did he think that he could get away with a lawsuit about, like...
He's not perfect, Ellen.
Well,
I mean,
clearly he's not...
To play devil's advocate, it could have been it could be quite a dangerous precedent to set, that in order to claim religious exemption, you have to be a perfect follower of your faith.
Oh,
and
yeah, 100%.
You have to tick.
He's a
like, if
idiot.
there are 10 boxes that you have to do in order for you to be a perfect follower, you have to tick all 10 in order for you to be able to claim religious exemption. But, I mean, if there were 10 boxes, he ticked, like, maybe one of them. And then there's 50 other things that are actively going against what his church believes. So...
Jeez. All right, well, thank you for the piping hot tea.
Yes. Yes. You are very welcome. So then, yeah, like I said, he's going to be credited in next week's episode, but he's definitely not going to be in it. And they're not...
Yeah. Well, tell me about what's actually happening next week.
Next week, Bobby and the 118 race to the rescue when an abandoned oil well erupts and causes a massive sinkhole in downtown LA.
Athena more explosions.
Implosion?
Yeah, I guess.
Because it kind of goes down and then the oil
sinkhole
comes up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. LA, blah, 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 blah. Athena investigates a 30-year-old cold case involving a casino robbery, which is actually a fun storyline. I do like that one. Buck fears his relationship with Taylor might be ending, and Hen meets a man from her mother. Why do I feel like I've missed a word out from there?
Meets a man from her
Meets a man from her mother.
She has a brother?
Hang on. Let me just double check that one. I'm really hoping that I've just cut and pasted and missed out a word.
Doesn't make heaps of sense.
No, it doesn't. Oh, Hen meets a man from her mother, comma, Tony, comma, past.
Oh.
Hen meets a man from her mother's past.
Right, okay. Sure.
That makes more sense.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's better than Hen meets a man from her mother.
Okay, now that we've picked this episode completely apart and got very distracted in the middle of it.
Doesn't sound like us. We don't get distracted.
Really?
Never been distracted
as
in my
usual, I liked it to start with, and now I think it's totally ridiculous.
The D's in ADHD stand for definition, not distraction.
Sure. No, it was all right. I don't know if, like, you're right. On a rewatch, it might not be quite so exciting. But, and now that we've pulled out all the stupid bits, I'll be like, oh no, not this again.
Yeah, the first watch through, great. A lot of notes, had a great time. Second watch through, I just, like, I watched The Pit and then watched this episode and then watched The Pit again, and I was like, this was a terrible idea. Because, yeah, it's just not great.
Yeah, the drop in quality would be quite obvious.
Literally, and, like, the episode that, like, I ended The Pit on to watch this was, like, a cliffhanger, and then I watched another episode of The Pit afterwards, and it was also a cliffhanger, and I was just like,
They're
oh my fucking god. And
they're all cliffhangers.
They're all cliffhangers. On the hour, every hour.
Yes.
But it just cracked me up when we just get this weird montage, and I was like, cool, that's all Bobby.
But as we said, like we're shitting on this episode for, you know, being of lesser quality. But the show can do these like dramatic episodes incredibly well.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so disappointing, because as I said, like rewatching some of them, absolutely not great TV. But rewatching like the Albert car crash one, amazing. Still get chills every time. Still cry at fucking To Build a Home every fucking time.
Even something like Eddie Begins, like you know he's going to survive, but there's still tension, and you're still like, holy shit.
They do the musical cues so well. I don't even remember the music in this.
Other than the hippity hoppity ketchup song.
Other than the ketchup song, I remember none of the music in this. Like, they clearly blew all their budget on the explosion and didn't leave any for anything fun.
Yep.
So, season 5 going so well.
I wonder if that's why David and Michael only hugged as well, because Michael wasn't vaccinated, so they couldn't be close to it.
Well, no, that's what I was wondering. They
weren't allowed to kiss each other?
Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that Rockman has said, no, I don't want to do that.
It's honestly amazing that he even filmed this episode.
Yeah, well, if he wasn't, if the regulation was that you weren't allowed to come back, they, you know, why did they let him come back at all?
I'm assuming that there was sort of negotiations, and they're trying to find ways for him to work with them. I think I did see in one articles, one of the council said that this could have been resolved differently, but Rockman was refusing to communicate with the studio.
Oh yeah, so maybe they left it open-ended.
If he had entered into negotiations, they could have found a way around it, but he was just kind of like, I'm just not going to do anything about it. As for filming, I have a feeling that he would have been in the wrong if he had refused.
Yeah.
So the studio can say the contract is in place until X date. We'll pay you up to X date, and then we're not going to pay you anymore. You're done. And if he had said, no, I'm not going to play ball from now on, they could have gone, oh, cool, now you're in breach of contract, so we're going to sue you for being in breach. So it was in his best interest to play along.
The fact that he wasn't vaccinated and interacting with other characters, like other cast members, you know, like, feels weird that he was allowed to.
Well, then you get into the whole kind of herd immunity that they would probably have been vaccinated, so they would be safe. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I guess he's only harming himself.
Yeah, he's the one at risk. They're not the ones at risk.
You are welcome to let us know what you thought about this episode, but please don't tell us that vaccinations are bad for us, because we have all had them.
We are all pro-vaccine on this podcast.
We are, yes.
Yeah. Pro-science. Yay. Maybe that's why they did the whole science.
We put our faith in science.
Oh my god, that's even funnier.
We put our faith in science.
We put our faith in science, guys.
Do you hear that, Rockman? We put our faith in science, not God.
That, like, David's doing the line reading and they're all just staring at Rockman off screen.
To be fair, he probably wasn't even on set that day, because there was a comment that Aisha made about season 5, and one of the sort of criticisms she had about season 5 was that everybody was sort of off filming their own thing, and she barely got to see the other cast members.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. I feel like they've had a lot of storylines, like, together, though. Like, I guess she was off with Karen in, like, last episode. Like, they didn't have. But,
like,
much
if you think
together.
about this episode, like, she had a lot of scenes with Ravi.
Yeah.
A couple of scenes with Bobby. But did we actually see her interact with Oliver and Ryan?
No, I mean, they were all in the truck on the way there, but they could have. They were individually showing their faces, so they could have been in the truck in different.
They could have been filmed at different days or different times. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Please tell us what you thought about this episode. We better wrap this up. It's been all over the place tonight.
Ellen's ready for bed. I haven't watched Heated Rivalry in 3 hours now, so it's...
Oh my God.
It's a struggle.
It's never going to wear off. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end of this rambling episode this week. And next week, we will talk to you about episode 9, which is called Past is Prologue. What a weird title. Anyway, see you then.
I'm sure it'll make sense. Bye.
Bye.
911 is a fictional show, but many of the situations portrayed happen in the real world too. If any of the topics we've discussed in this episode have affected you, please know you're not alone. You can call or text numbers in your country for help. Just Google crisis support in your location to find out the number. If you enjoy our podcast, you can help us out by leaving us a review on Spotify or your preferred listening app, and by sharing our social media posts. Find out more at thatweewooshow.com. Oh my God. Can you hear that? The thunder? Oh, no. Discord's doing a great... There was just like a loud thunderclap. I'm like, fuck off. Okay. It's all right. I'll just be sitting here quaking in my boots while the thunderstorm goes on.
Speaking of parakeets, we had one get loose a week ago. Can't remember if I told you guys.
No.
Oh, so we had a budgie get loose at work. It was funny because it was the manager that let it go too. He was moving them from like the cage that they arrived in because they were a new batch into the store cages, and one like flew past him. So for 3 days we had a budgie that was just like hanging around the store, and I was the one that caught it and put it back. So props to me. We bonded. I kind of wanted to keep her. Anyway, yeah, so she was flying around the store. She was on Monday. I had Autumn with me, and she was following Autumn around the store. It was really freaking cute. And anyway, our store is like, I don't want to say industrial, but like the roof is all like just like shiny like foil basically. Like it's just like the insulation. It's not like sealed in plaster or anything. And at one point the budgie flew up on a like light fitting and looked up and realised that the roof was shiny and was just sitting there talking to herself for like a good 10 minutes. And we're all just like watching her, just chatting to herself. We're like, this is the cutest thing ever. Because she's just chatting away because she like missed the others. You could hear her. Like she was doing the like, where are you call to the others. And yeah, but yeah, she's just like chatting to herself as a reflection on the roof. And I'm like, oh my God, she's so cute. I was
wondering where that story was going.
I kept yelling "go home" at her, so I called her Scott. And then when I caught her and put her in the cage, the boss came over and was like, "Oh, it's a little girl," and I was like, "Oh, so Scott doesn't really work." She also wasn't 45 years old, so you know.
Oh my God! Okay,
there you go. Yeah,
you got it.
I finally got there. Oh, tippy tappy! I'm about to get a gif of
How did you know?
Yelling. So while Shane Hollander chirps at Scott Hunter in the Discord, Buck and Eddie are racing up to the 5th floor.
I'm really distracted watching Shane yelling at Scott Hunter. In the chat.
You haven't noticed that since I posted that I've said "go home" like 12 times.
Sorry.
It's just cute because you can see Hudson break at the end of it, and they kept it in. But like the match was over, and Shane's like, "Yeah, I hope you show up next time." And then they're like, "Why are they fighting? The game's over."
Because he said, "You're starting to sound like him."
You started to sound like
him.
No,
I know, but the commentators didn't hear that. So the commentators are just like, we don't see Shane Hollander fight. We don't see these two fight, and especially not after the game is finished.
Anyway.
Gay on gay crimes.